We're back, and today we're going to be looking at the Team Affinity rewards for every single team in MLB The Show 25. Every team that they revealed, that is. They're going to be announcing every single card coming up soon. It's either Wednesday or Thursday. Who knows? Impossible to understand them. Listen, boys, if you want to have the best MLB The Show content all year long, smash the like and subscribe and join the Discord of 3,000 people, please. And become a member for the best stub making methods all year long. You'll make 5 million stubs guaranteed for $3. It's pretty damn easy. Now listen, we're going to go with the scrubs first. They gave us silvers and golds. Now, first things first, guys. I want you to understand that there's 30 moments. One moment for every single Team Affinity. And if you complete one moment, you will unlock the silver for whatever team you are attempting. So you can, theoretically, you should very quickly have a silver on every single for every single team right off of launch. Also, they said it should only take you 2 hours to get the boss diamond cards, the 85 overall diamonds for these teams. It should only take 2 hours. Now, is that cap? Because they showed some missions that need 3,465 hits. Kind of wild. Now, stat trading? Who said that? If you're a member, we're going to be finished Team Affinity very, very soon. Diamond members, of course, they remember that one from last year. Listen, boys, first card we got to look at is Andy Petit, lefty, good guy for the rotation. You know, it's solid. 78, trash. 84, Ben Rice. Now, the golds that are 84s, these guys have to be talked about whether or not they're going to be insane or not. So I didn't take a picture of his stats because I thought it was more noticeable. 15 PXP points for a plate appearance. So we're going to be getting parallel XP with hitters faster than in years past. Ben Rice is going to be a solid catcher option. Not too many good catchers in the game unless you look at the Reds, who we'll be looking at soon, Johnny Bench. Brian Dozier. Brian Dozier is a silver. He's one of the better silvers. He's a 79 overall, and you can see here, his stats versus lefties are very, very serviceable. His clutch, very disappointing. His fielding, very disappointing, but he is going to be raking versus lefties. Pedro Martinez. Pedro Martinez is a very, very good option here, guys, as a pitcher. Pitch mix is nasty. Fastball, change, cutter, slider, curveball. And you can see his per nines are pretty trash. Good break, decent velocity, and decent stamina. Pedro Martinez is going to be a good option for the Nationals. Dave Parker is up next from the Athletics. Pretty trash card overall, especially that defense, man. There's a reason he's DH. Pretty bad for the Athletics. No surprise. Zach Geloff? Insane versus righties, but since he's a righty himself, it's kind of an inverse split. I mean, Zach Geloff, he smells like a bench bat, guys. Put him in a pinch hit scenario. You know, ideally, you're not going to want to have him ever facing a lefty with these stats. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is very interesting as well. Another guy with inverse splits. He's going to rake versus righties and serviceable-ish versus lefties. You know, for a one moment you unlock Vlad, that's not too shabby for the Blue Jays. Nate Pearson is insane. His velocity, you would think his velocity is very, very high. You know, I'm talking outlier on the fastball. Maybe they've nerfed some of the higher velocity guys on launch. That's what it looks like right now. Nolan Ryan is a bit lower than usual. Nate Pearson, a bit lower than usual. Only 86 velocity, but you can see his fastball is in the red region. So this card is going to be in the rotation for sure. Adrian Beltre, he's one of the better hitting stats, silvers, that we've seen so far. I actually think he's going to be very usable. Evan Carter. You know what? This is a lefty that rakes righties. So it seems like righty pitchers are going to be in danger early on. Trying to fly through these guys, man, so we can get to the juice, the 85s that we have. Jerry Hairston Jr., contact bat, drag bunt? No. Everyone's got bronze field, and this guy can play everywhere, which is decent, I guess. Really, he's a contact type hitter. Ken Griffey Jr. And this is probably one of the better ones we've seen. He's an 83 overall because they like doing that to us. Bronze defense, very good versus right, very decent versus left considering how good he is versus righties, and he's going to have a solid swing. So I think this Griffey card is going to be good for sure. And now we hop over to the Diamonds, ladies and gentlemen. You can see Diamond members in the Discord. Go join this Discord right now. You can see we're going to go through every Diamond. Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth is the first one. 85 overall. First base, left field, right field. Versus righties, decent contact, very high. This card is good, ladies and gentlemen. Max discipline, and the only thing you don't like to see is over here. The defense is a liability. A big liability. But Babe Ruth for the Yankees, I like that a lot. James Wood for the Nationals. James Wood is a very, very, very tall individual. 6'7". His swing might be too long to use. Think of Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is the Statue of Liberty up there. It hurts my eyes and my soul using him every at bat. But this James Wood card is definitely good. Comment down below, man. What card are you most excited to be using? Matt Holliday. Matt Holliday usually has a pretty good swing if he's quick to the ball. And you can see here, he's got the highest contact yet, I believe, at 101 contact right with decent power. Versus lefties, he's serviceable, and he's got that silver defense. Athletics, though. We already saw how bad the other athletics cards are. Matt Holliday, kind of a fan favorite, and this is a card which is probably, you know, let me go back. Babe Ruth and James, yeah, I think Babe Ruth beats James Wood, but Roy Halladay might be the best one I've seen so far. 85 overall starter, best pitch mix we've seen, and the best per nines we've seen. The K9 and hits per nine is pretty trash, but all this stuff in the middle, you can see the break is maxed. The velocity is almost, he's got a higher velocity than Nate Pearson, guys. This is a very good Roy Halladay card. Probably one of the best Team Affinities we've seen so far. All right, and now we're going in the circle. We got to go to the next round of diamonds. Ian Kinsler. Now, kind of embarrassing. Like, look at this. Defense, common defense, and he's a second baseman. That's a bit of a liability. We can see that he's got not the best power, because the contact type bat, 105 and 80. Both of those are pretty solid. The power's trash. He has a good swing. Ian Kinsler has a good swing, which I like. And look at this. If you have a guy in scoring position, Ian Kinsler will have max contact. So he's going to be usable for sure. All these guys are going to be usable. Johnny Bench, probably the most overall well-rounded card we've seen. You know, all across the board on defense, he's one of the... He is. He's the best defending catcher off of rip, unless we're looking at live series guys like Adley Rutschman. Johnny Bench also has serviceable stats hitting-wise, and he's got a solid stance. So I actually think this is one of the better cards as well. Raleigh Fingers, I mean, this is the only reliever we've seen besides some of the guys like Billy Wagner, who are the digital deluxe edition cards. But Raleigh Fingers, nothing to complain about here. You know, in terms of rankings, it's probably going to have to be, you know, if we're ranking so far, Roy Halladay number 1, Babe Ruth number 2. I mean, Johnny Bench is up there. And now we got to keep going to the next couple cards. So Dennis Eckersley is a silver. You know, I took a couple of screenshots with silvers and golds mixed in. I think I only have 1 or 2 silvers. Eckersley, for the bullpen, man, get the bullpen up. One moment, you get a Eckersley card. I don't mind that at all. Another diamond. Chicago Cubs, Alfonso Soriano. Wow, looks pretty trash. Trash. Not good at all, man. I did not like his collection reward card a couple years past. I don't like the stat, don't like the stance. This is not one of the better Team Affinity cards we've seen. And I think that might be all that we know so far. They leaked a lot of this in the stream, guys. And so that's actually all the Team Affinity stuff we know. Now, giving some more advice. Again, stat trading is going to be wild. But there's probably better ways to make stubs day 1, day 2, day 3 than going in here and grinding all those 30 moments. You know, I understand you might be tempted to get those silvers, because getting a team full of all 79 silvers doesn't sound like a bad idea. And maybe it would help you if you're doing something offline, having a team of decent players. That is true. That's a valid point. We'll have to see how long that potentially can take. Don't mind that. But I also think that it's important to rack your stubs up before we start grinding for these big boys. Again, 2 hours. They're saying it takes me 2 hours to get Babe Ruth. W's in the chat? Is it cap? I don't know. Gonna have the best videos coming out all year long, man. Peace out. Thanks for watching.